Oh, Futon is back. Let's get another movie out of the box. Let's follow me. Come on, camera, follow. Ho 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 ho. Kumiko? The treasure hunter? As you can tell my reaction, I don't know that I don't know that did I own this movie? I guess I did. I don't know what it's about. Let me go watch Kumiko the Treasure Hunter and let me know if the treasure was worth the hunt. So I just got done watching Kumiko the Treasure Hunter. What is this movie about? Well, it's about a 29-year-old lady in Japan who magically finds a VHS tape of the Coen brothers movie Fargo. And she thinks this is a true story because in the very beginning it says this is a true story in Minnesota, blah, 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 blah. And she keeps fast forwarding to the scene of Steve Buscemi burying the treasure in the snow with the ice scraper from the truck to basically mark that's where the money is. In Japan, she works at a job. She's lonely, depressed, obsessive compulsive about finding this treasure. So she magically, I want to say magically, but her boss gives her the company credit card and this gives her the idea to go to America, find this treasure in Fargo. And this is basically a trip of depression, obsession, and just living a depressed life. This is a depressing movie, people. That's what I could say. But let's go with the good about the movie. The scope of the movie and the atmospheric tone, as well as the cinematography, is a very beautiful film to look at. This movie also has a very deep meaning to it of, are you happy with your life? Do you want to stay in your job? Or do you want to find... You see me, I'm having trouble with this movie because to me, after watching this movie, I have trouble explaining this movie. Because I don't know what the filmmakers were trying to get with this movie. Because doing research after this movie, this is based on an actual true story of a lady in Japan in the early 2000s traveling to Minnesota to do the Fargo thing, but the real story was she went to America to commit suicide. And I guess she used the excuse of Fargo with fence line and a tree, but there is no tree in that scene where he's burying the treasure, and there you have it. So it's kind of based on the urban legend, true story, based in Japan in the early 2000s. And this one is its own, they call it the fairy tale. I don't see this being a fairy tale at all, because the ending happens and you're like, did that just happen? How is this a fairy tale? So that's the good about the movie. Bad about the movie, it's a very slow-moving movie. The Japan part is a lot more slower than the America part. The America part was actually more interesting, but the Japan part did basically drag out a little bit. It's basically her sad, depressed life. She's bored with life. Her mother's like, get a boyfriend, get pregnant. If not, move back with me. Then they always say, if you're not 25, you should have a kid or a husband or this and this. And she doesn't want any of that. She is so adamant that the movie Fargo is very true and the treasure's out there and that is her purpose in life, to find this treasure. That is really it about this movie. I don't want to tell too much about it because it's a very unique movie and odd. The best thing I say is it doesn't mean to be depressing, but it's a very depressing movie of just loneliness. This woman is lonely. She's willing to steal, willing to, I want to say blackmail people, but just doesn't care about anything but her tunnel vision of finding this treasure in Fargo. So good about this movie, it looks great, it's actually great, and the cinematography is beautiful. The bad, it is very slow moving movie. Is she a likable character? Not really. And this movie is not a happy-go-lucky movie, and it's one of those movies where you watch it, you're like, should I watch it again? Why are these people egging her on, knowing that this is fake? Basically help a mentally unstable person get what she wants, even though what she wants is completely false and not true. It's a hard movie to rate and a hard movie to talk about without really going in depth, but it is odd and depressing are the two words that are coming to mind. Odd and depressing. Kumiko the Treasure Hunter will receive a 2.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals a 50%. This is a straight middle of the road movie of like and dislike, because what you like for the movie, you could also dislike with this movie. And what you dislike with this movie, you could also like with this movie. One of those it's intriguing, but you're just like, get to the point. When the point happens, you're like, oh, this is the end. Anywho, let me see what Rotten Tomatoes users and critics scores gave Kumiko the Treasure Hunter. Here's the critics, 88%. User scores 62%. Here's the critic consensus. Powerfully acted and lovely to look at, Kumiko the Treasure Hunter offers a treat for cinephiles with a taste for the pleasantly particular. So this is one of those movies where critics just eat up and the audience is like, it's okay. I think I find it worse than what the audience says, because thinking about it, if you are a lonely person in this world, if you're lonely, depressed, don't watch this movie, because it's almost like, I hate to call it a suicide note, but this is like a suicide note movie of she is willing to just erase her life to find this vision of nothingness, and it's nothingness because it's fake. That's the problem. I would understand it. She's actually going after a goal that is really true, but she's going after something that's absolutely fake, and I think that's where I give it a 50, because it's just like, Anywho, chases after the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this Blue Futon Utopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching, and have a great day. As you can tell, my tone of this is more quiet than normal, just because of the tone of this movie and just a depressingly odd aspect of this movie. Again, forewarning, if you're lonely, depressed, I don't recommend this movie at all, just because it just stops. I got nothing funny to say about this movie. Funny thing, no movie is really a true story. There's always falsifications of a movie. That's why I'm going to make the first ever 100% true story come to a theater near you. Watch this movie. I warned you, it's going to come to a theater near you. You.